No, I like it when a song ends like that. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. That was cool. And it's like a show, and it's awesome. And it's anything goes.
That's
and
right.
anything does go. I have interesting stuff.
Happy Wednesday, Children of the Lawn.
Okay, you're going to see how long the delay takes to get to her station now.
Oh,
that's how long.
That's our donkeys through the years as puppies and adults.
That's right. I don't think I have a puppy. Well, yeah, Cody's puppy-ish in the corner, the top corner. Bean is definitely, you got double puppy Bean.
Yeah.
You got Giant Remy, and I think there might be, I don't know. And you got two Blues.
Two Blues.
And another Bean in the wind.
Those were our children throughout the years.
That's our children of on that lawn.
Those are our children of the lawn.
And the good news for them is they have all lived in Florida.
Yes. Well, Cody lived most of his life in New York, though.
Yeah, but he lived the good part down here.
That's right.
No stairs, no hills, no
No
worries,
snow.
swimming pool, you know.
Yeah.
That was a gift. So
everybody's saying they're hot, they're humid.
man, really, you guys ought to come down here.
We're hot and humid most of the summer.
Well, it just
so
doesn't feel that abnormal to us. I mean, you know, it's because our weather isn't really changing. I'm looking at the map every night, and I'm seeing it's like the middle of the country, and
they don't even show Florida.
It's like somebody lost a bet.
But I said to Steve, that's a good thing when they don't show you. That means nothing bad.
Yeah, but it's not a good thing. You know, it's not. I mean, it's not a good thing.
Well, it's a good thing for us.
And the way, you know, I say to myself when they say, "Oh, this is the hottest day since 1904." Well, wasn't it the end? You know, not that I do not. I certainly believe that we must take care of the earth and the environment. But
let's not
how
get
freaked
gloomy.
out did they get 100 years ago when this shit happened? They must, you know, did they think it was the end of the world then? I don't know. Anyway. Wake up call.
Oh, we got the OG in the house.
OG, oh man, I got stuff. Oh, you're going to love today's show. I got dancing girls. No.
If you like Tuesday, you're really
You are not going to, no. I can't even, they can't go there. I can't tell that joke anymore.
No, you can't. No, you cannot tell that joke.
That's really too big. Well, no, you could tell it. I could tell it. Should I tell it?
How could you tell it?
Well, because I can't tell you how I'm going to tell it.
Okay, tell it to Frank.
Okay, Frank, you want a little humor?
I think he always wants some humor.
Guy passes away, wakes up in hell. And he said, you know, I knew it, man. I screwed up my whole life. I partied like an idiot. I did stupid stuff, and now here I am. Sure enough, Satan comes walking up. He says, "Hey, how you doing?" He says, you know, I'm new. I just got here." He says, "Oh, I know. He said, "You don't look happy to be here." He said, "Wow, this is hell, isn't it?" "Yeah, it is, but, you know, maybe it's not what you've heard." He said, "Let me ask you a question. When you were alive, did you like smoking cigarettes? Like tobacco in any form?" He said, "Oh, yeah, I used to smoke cigars, and I smoked a pipe for a while." He said, "Well, you are going to love Mondays, because Mondays, we get the finest tobacco from all over the world." You can just stop that now. Oh, look what I did. I'm floating inside. You saw me without my wiring.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a problem. And he says, "Well, you're going to love Mondays because we get the finest tobacco from all over the world, and you can, you know, you can smoke as much as you want, and you'll never get sick, and you'll never have any problems, and you're going to like Monday." The guy says, "Oh, wow, okay." He said, "Well, let me ask you this." He said, "When you were alive, did you get high at all? Did you smoke pot?" And he said, "Yeah, nothing better than some gnarly bud, dude." So he said, "Well, then, man, you are going to love Tuesday, because Tuesday we get all the smokable drugs, the best of the best, and you can smoke as much as you want, as long as you want, and it's never going to hurt you. You're not going to overdose, and you're not going to, you know, you're going to love Wednesdays. Is it Wednesday? Am I up to Wednesday already?
I think so.
Tuesday? Wednesday?
I don't know. I was
Cigarettes? No, Tuesday. So then he says, well, let me ask you this: did you used to drink when you were? He said, yeah, that's probably the number one reason why I'm here. Alcohol went through me like cash through an ATM. He said, well, then, man, you are gonna love Wednesdays. Are we on Wednesday? All right. Because Wednesday we get anything we want, all the alcohol from anywhere in the world. And you can drink as much as you want. You never get sick, and no disease, nothing. You're gonna love Wednesdays. So then he says, "Let me ask you this." He said, just on a side note, when you were up on Earth, did you get into kinky sex at all? Did you get into sex? I said, yeah, I like sex. He said, really? He said, yeah, I'm I'm a normal guy. I had some girlfriends. I was married, He said, oh, okay. He said, did you ever do any role playing? And he said, well, let me ask you straight out. How about some hardcore bondage? Are you ever into that? And the guy said, no, I'm not into that. And he said, well, then you're not going to like Thursdays.
Ba-dum-bum. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the horizon.
You're not going to like Thursdays.
You are not going to like Thursdays.
Nope.
It's tough, you got to modify all these jokes. I mean, did you hear about the drummer that broke his arm raking leaves? He fell out of the tree.
Okay.
Okay. What? Okay.
Okay, we have a really big shoot tonight.
Yeah, we do have a big shoot tonight. And tomorrow, just FYI, kids, we by popular request, as lizards go over the cameras, not these. By popular request, we're going to throw back to the Jackie the Joke Man Martling show.
That's right.
We're going to be repeating that show tomorrow. It's a great show and worthy of a rebroadcast. So then, that's,
Definitely worthy.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah,
He had us laughing the whole time.
Yeah, it was, and us, we like to laugh, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so let's see. What's up first on the hit parade?
First on the hit parade is riding on the bus in the Cincinnati Trade.
I'm going through my video stuff, so I have like this whole library of stuff that I digitized over the years. And believe it or not, I know where some of it is.
Oh, they're all yay, and about Jackie the Joke Man.
Oh, good. Yeah, listen, it's, it's what we're here for.
Yeah.
It is summer, reruns, So I took I found some footage from the bus. You've heard how much I love the bus. John used to love the bus. I mean, you're either a bus guy or you're not a bus guy. Cliff and Brian, not so much. John, bus all day long. So this is video from '96. I guess I had gotten a new camera and I was documenting everything and so on and so forth. And it's not Steadicam, so take your Meclizine. But it's just...
if you have vertigo, beware.
Yeah, beware. So here, take a look, and I'll chime in as to what it is I think you're seeing if I'm not telling you on the thing. So this is life on a tour bus. And actually, at one point, I think we were... Where were we going? We were going, so I can't remember. You'll look at the sign and you'll see the sign. And we wound up in Cincinnati, and we had to trade buses, because I don't remember why, but we had to switch out of one bus into another bus. And this is that. So,
okay.
And this is the windshield ride. Yeah, you'll see.
Okay.
Home of the Cincinnati Kid. Yeah, kid, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's where we're staying?
What does it say?
Oh, okay.
There's that.
Oh, I can see my room. Somebody's in there.
Here we are. Nighttime. Time to swap out the buses. So I'll let you enjoy some.
Saying goodbye to this one and hello to this one. Here comes old Sam Bell. Here comes old yellow fan belt, and we're still friends. Yes, indeed. We say goodbye to this. Say goodbye.
We got pretty much a lot of stuff on this tour.
What's that? We've been through something. Okay, that's that one. Now we move into the new one.
You got to realize, in the back of the bus there, that was John's little cave. And you know those spiders that live in the cave and they open the door? That's what it was. So just, just keeping you on point here. Okay, continue, please.
Okay.
And here is the new bus. Another escape hatch, so we know we can get out.
Now again, another point of reference. Let me back up a little bit and show you some stuff. Remember I told you the story about the watches where I was sitting across from John? That was on the other side of this lounge. I'm trying to find where. Okay, there's the table where he was sitting, and the windows behind him had the sun coming in, and I was sitting over here. So that's the way they're mostly laid out. I mean, you can have them laid out any way you want, but that's the way they're laid out. And then there's, the bunks are down in that hallway down there. The rest of those are bunks for sleeping. And then John's little cave.
Another escape hatch, so we know we can get out. This would be.
I guess that was it. Well.
Yeah.
So there's probably a naked girl and and by the way, speaking of naked girls on tour buses, Lori says to me, I found these great videos, and I look and it's Wild in San Antonio, and I'm thinking, oh, this is great. This is probably
they
a show.
They were CDs actually.
DVDs.
DVD.
What did I say?
CD.
Do you want to rewind it and check it out, or should we just
videos?
Videos. Okay. Well, in essence, they were moving pictures from this tour, that tour. And so I said, oh, this is great. So I have this software in the audio studio that will convert any file into any other kind of file, within reason, obviously. But it'll take a DVD and make an MP4 out of it so you can share it and make it bigger or smaller. So I said, oh, this is great. So it's the kind of thing where it does it in real time. So you put the CD in, you start it. The first thing that I see at the top of the DVD, is the four of us bowing on the stage. And I think, oh, this is going to be great. And so then I leave because I know it's not going to be done for an hour. And rather than watch it drag along to this and that and the other thing, I figured I'll just scan through it later. And so I did that. And it's nothing but strippers and crazy girls and...
Drunk.
I mean, man... Like, whatever you've seen on MTV, it's nuts.
Gail says, do you guys get any sleep on those buses?
I sleep like a baby on the thing. That's one of the reasons I love it so much. Because you go to sleep where it's cold and wake up where it's warm. Oh, God. Yeah, some people don't like it. John, I think he could sleep on a cactus. But, but yeah, no, oh, God. And the thing about it is, that generator that you hear,
you hear that
when it's parked and off, that thing has to be running, or you have no air conditioning in there. And I have that video too somewhere, but we're gonna let that one lie for a minute. Mm-hmm. And but it's kind of like, I guess if you were in the Navy, it's kind of like, I got a new ship. I'm going on a PT-109. Well, hopefully not. But you know what I mean. And it's you go in, you find your bunk, you store your bags, you have your stuff, and your big stuff. The big suitcases are stored in those bays underneath. It's amazing, and it's great. I mean, I love it. Do I want to do it tomorrow? Probably not. But if I had to do it, if I had a choice between doing a a private plane tour or a bus tour, I would do a bus tour in a heartbeat. Regardless of the price, regardless of this, all things being even, I would do a bus tour. Because if you've got a 12-hour run, you can get 8 hours of sleep. And you can still use your cell phone, you can still have entertainment, you still stop to eat. Flying, you know, all that glamorous G6 shit, keep it. I mean, yeah, I mean, there is something to be said going from Fort Myers to Clearwater in 15 minutes, but not every day. So, because you got to get up, you got to get to the airport, you're sitting in the thing, it's like this, where's the bus, you know, a little this, it's a nice, you know, it's nice. So what's next on the list there, producer?
The art and the Who by Numbers.
Oh, okay. This is an outtake. You no doubt by this time are aware of my film.
Oh, wait, now there's a question about,
question.
From Gail.
Yes.
Did you fly with the RZB or did you guys travel by bus?
Fly. We flew.
Nice.
Yeah, we never did the bus.
Well, you
but
did
what
like
we would do
Sprinter
is we would get a Sprinter. There was, back when we were touring, there was a service called Bandigo. And I don't know if it's still there because I don't have any reason to know. But it was like miniature tour buses made out of Sprinter vans. You see all these, you know, like the
Mercedes.
They were all Mercedes, and they're gorgeous. It's like a mini tour bus, and you.
Well, but there's no beds.
Yeah, there's no beds, but there are captain's chairs, and if you needed to nod, you can kick back. It's like being in a private plane.
Yeah.
And it's nice. I mean, so that's what we did in the Xander band. If we didn't fly, I mean, we flew everywhere, but we would fly and then hub out of a certain place, or, you know, we did, we used to do California that way. When we would go out west, we would land at LAX or wherever we landed, or John Wayne, depending on where the first show was, and then Henry would turn up with the van and the crew and the whole thing, and everybody would go on their way, and it was great.
Right.
I mean, it was like a... So
Steve did not have his drums with him?
No. Because I endorse a certain company, they provide drums. That's a whole big thing. But it's, you know, it's cool. So
Frank said he was a bartender for 10 spring breaks in Fort Lauderdale, and he saw some crazy shit.
I was in a rock band. I tell you what, I could go get DVDs of some of the crazy shit. I couldn't believe these girls. All right, I'm going to tell you just one scene, okay? And ladies, please do not get offended. I think I've told you this story about the strippers that got on in Austin and didn't realize that we were going to San Antonio.
And they're playing Stevie Ray Vaughan music.
They're stripping in the front lounge, and they're doing this whole thing.
And Steve is videoing.
Yeah, I'm videoing. So I'm, you know, because I'm a little, you know, past the early '80s, that was it for me, because I don't want to die from it, you know. Anyway. So
I thought it was because you were with me.
No, hell no. I even had. Remember, I asked you to go get tested. To see if there was a brain in there. I tested for the brain. Hello, hello, brain. You know, this is the strippers in the 90s and the 2000s are much different than the strippers from the 70s. Much, much different. It's a completely different thing. They're all like a little tough. You want to see my tits? No, well, okay. And this one girl had pierced nipples. And so I'm not going to say which one of the...
She was on the bus, riding from Austin to San Antonio.
Unaware of that she was riding from Austin to San Antonio. And, or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. I have to look at a book. But either way, and I thought that we just paid for a cab for it, but they came up to the room. They were like all on that floor.
I saw that.
And so this one girl has pierced nipples, and she said, "Oh, you want to see it?" And she takes 2 tour passes, right? You know, the laminate with the identification on it. She puts one on each nipple and starts spinning our tour passes around. And John's like, "What? What?" And anyway,
It's pretty skanky.
it's skanked to the 10th power.
Okay.
But it was fun, and I mean.
I don't think our female fans really want to listen
Yeah,
to
they
this.
do. They want to know how repulsive it is at this point.
I don't think so. I think they want to see the art and the Who by number.
Okay, well then why don't we show them that? What is that, number 2?
Yes, number 2.
Okay, this is an outtake from my film, and as I said, I'm sure you're well aware of the little art film that I made. But a lot of these clips didn't get used. A lot of stuff, we did 10 hours at John's house of just talking back and forth. Oh, you'll see. Here, take a look.
Kept the music side on, obviously. I was playing like sort of something like 5 nights a week in the band while I was working in the tax office. I was finally actually earning more money than playing in the band than I was in the tax office, but I was spending it all under the table. So I kind of gave up the drawing, and it's always like a hobby. I was sort of scribbling around, doodling while I was answering the phone and stuff, and it actually finally became my turn to do the album cover. We used to take it in turns.
How do you mean that it was your turn to do it? Your turn to design it?
Yeah. I mean,
you had, in other words, this was the cover that you were going to say what was on it.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of like went from the responsibility of dealing with the cover, and the cover that Pete went into cost us the price of a small house. It's about 16.5 grand for Quadrophenia. Or was that the other way around? Yeah. And then next up, it was my turn, and it was going to be called Cartoons, and I was just going to draw cartoons on the film. Once we'd heard all the songs, I mean, anyone who played that album in the car would immediately crashed themselves into a brick wall, kind of depressing. I was looking through one of my son's colouring books, and it had by numbers, join the dots. I thought, yeah, the Who by numbers, what a great idea. So I'd already done the drawing, but the drawing took me an hour to do, and the numbers took me 7 hours, and it drove me crazy. I was rubbing stuff out, and shit, I had to join it all together to make any sense. I used a lot more numbers than normally. I mean, normally it's like, oh, it's a square, great, but this was a lot more complicated. And it got me back into drawing. I really did a nice relaxing hobby before it became a business. It's a relaxing hobby, and I started doing these drawings around about 1976. I was kind of drifted into drawing the Who over and over again. An improvement on the Who by numbers, which is real sort of like, oh, he looks like that, he looks like that. And it got me back into it, and then I had the idea to do a coffee table book of rock stars and their imaginary ancestors. I had like sort of words, poems or words, or prose that went with it. And I really didn't do enough drawings to fill a coffee table book up. I would have had to do at least like 40 or 50 different artists. And someone came up with the suggestion, well, why don't you just sell the separate works of art? And it was great. And then I decided to join the drawings I've done with the Who. I joined together as a band, and I call it the Spirit of '76 because that's the year I started the drawing. We did a limited edition of that, which is sold out, and it started me on the trail of like exhibitions and the rest of it.
So when did it actually become a business? I mean, obviously you earned money from the Who's Next album, but when did art actually really become a business? When did you have enough of a catalog to go and start doing it?
Once we sold 50% of the originals, they wanted more, right? So they I'd say, well, I'm working on the Stones, or I'm doing this and that, and then now at the moment I'm working on the 4 or 5 guitarists that everybody knows the name of, and that's when it actually became a business. I mean, I enjoy the colouring in creating the faces is a real problem. You know, I mean, when it becomes a business, then it becomes scientific. Right? It becomes scientific. I mean, I love drawing characters that don't have to look like anybody. You know, I did a series of tourists, you know, which were more or less at the same face but different bodies. You know, American tourists, Japanese tourists. But when it gets to the stage where you decide, I mean, the Beatles would be dead easy, but I've left that till later. I mean, at the moment, it's the guitarists, and that's one of the working stages of Jimi Hendrix.
Now, why do you do that? Why is it? Because the actual final pieces are much bigger. So why do you do that? That's obviously a copy.
It's a photocopy for color. You know, decided on what color it's going to be. But basically, I work from a photograph. I go through a projection system. I do a line tracing, which teaches my head what the lines are supposed to be. Okay, then I can exaggerate from those lines, because taking it straight from a photograph is like really, really difficult. You know, I mean, I have to take this drawing from a mirror and go, you know, drive me crazy. I start working with photographs, or I freeze videos to get the exact expression that I want. And then I'll work from this and do a caricature of this rather than the photograph.
Right, so it's several generations from the
I can
photograph.
actually work the colours out from this as well. I mean, it performs a couple of tasks. But basically, you choose between that position and that position. And what I've actually decided on is to do this, but wearing this jacket, which is going to be a nightmare.
It's pretty interesting stuff there.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing about making that film, that was obviously not the audio from the film, that was the audio from my mic. And we did all kinds of stuff when we made that. We did a lot. We had several locations, all in the house or at the art cottage, because he had cottages on the property where he would go to do the art. They were just set up just for that, and it was kind of like the artist escape. So we did some there. We did him in the bar. He had, the Barracuda Inn, so we did him there. We didn't do any studio stuff. We did a lot in the dining room where you saw, and we did some fun stuff around the property and so on and so forth. But the real good stuff, if you saw that, it's like this, right? I mean, it's just us hanging out and talking, and I'm asking him questions that I don't even really know the answer to. So I figure, well, why not ask those questions? And that was when we were going to do the film, when it was John's idea or our idea together to do the documentary about going back out to play again. And sadly, we never got to finish it while he was alive. He named it An Ox's Tail. He was the one who named it that, but I'm sure that I've said that before.
Well, Frank said he must have been a fun man to hang out with, and Gail says you guys had so much in common.
Well,
he was fun.
He was fun, man. I mean, that was it. You see, he didn't want to... he just wanted to enjoy his life. He just wanted to have a good time. Mm-hmm. And, I've told that story before about driving up Park Avenue in a limousine and him seeing a destroyed building and smiling, and me saying, what are you smiling at? He said, it looks like a great place to play. And here I am thinking, okay.
Well, that's the first time you ever met him.
Hung
out with him.
That wasn't the first time I ever met him. That was a record release party in '97.
Right. Okay.
And or '96. Anyway, and he's smiling at the crushed building, and I was gonna say, what, you bitch. And then I said, really? That looks like a great place to play. Oh yeah. When we were, and realizing that the kid grew up in bombed out London and they didn't clean that up by 1944, so he grew up playing in ruins essentially. But so, you know, it's an interesting thing to see, you know, the juxtaposition of the two lifestyles.
Yeah.
Of the rich and famous.
Yes.
He was a great guy, and he would have been a great guy no matter what his status in the world was. I mean, I think that as long as we had a vehicle to hang and play music, we would have been the same friends. But, you know. Anyway, so what do I have next so I could talk about that?
We got a party and an instrument.
Oh, shit. This is more stuff. Oh, God. This is not from any film. This is just Steve being crazy.
Steve,
And-
you were filming where?
At the, oh, God, the Shishi Momo.
In the hotel lobby.
Yeah, we had. If you get to the hotel too early
And you're on the bus.
and you're on the bus,
You can't,
can't check into your hotel room
No.
because it's not
Because,
available
yeah,
yet.
there's like, 10 rooms.
And I don't know that I've ever been in a hotel lobby quite as busy as this one. But I was feeling good. I had slept on the bus all night, whatever it was, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm fresh as a daisy. Let's cause some trouble. So, in typical fashion, I took my video camera, wrapped it up in a jacket. We were in Canada, Toronto, and it was cold. I think I sent you pictures of an iceberg. And I decided to do a little undercover filming in the lobby. So check it out.
Don't tell me. Let me guess. Don't tell me. Let me guess. Hockey. Well,
Some serious
ain't
shit
say
in
what.
Canada. There's the
no,
bus
what's wrong with
driver
this picture?
trying to talk us into some early rooms. John and Lisa are asleep in the bus. In the back of the bus.
Hey, you guys, how you doing?
Here we go.
What's the matter?
Yeah.
What?
Two Jawas and one Wrach.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. You guys play-
Slovenia. Ice hockey player.
Oh, ice hockey. Oh, rock and roll player.
Прeko niste povedali, da so kakšne posede že zdaj. Veš, eno samo
Uh-oh, guys. Where are you from?
Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Yes. You know where it is? No.
Far away.
Yeah. Europe.
Oh, Europe.
Middle Austria, Vienna.
Oh, yes.
See, I was born for this
Rome.
shit.
Middle Slovenia.
Oh.
Ex-Yugoslavia.
Oh, excuse. Oh, okay. I'm from New York, which is between Connecticut and New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta run, fellas. Have a great trip.
Okay.
I hope you do well.
Yeah. Same.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so now you can see the position of the undercover camera, and I feel at this moment that there is much more to explore cinematically. So I gracefully excuse myself, shake hands with our friends from Slovenia, and I go away and I break out the camera. Like I was like, hey, guys, you mind if I take some pictures of your hockey stuff? Okay, ready? Here you go.
Što so takvi ljudje, da pravi, gajsi.
Take care.
Ja.
Now, as you can clearly see, the camera is exposed. And who knows what's going to happen next.
Hockey guys. Ah. Now, where was that again? Which country again?
Slovenia, Ljubljana.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hockey players.
Hockey players.
Yes.
The great country, Canada and USA.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I hope you do good. Are you? Is it pro or semi-pro or?
Semi-pro, I don't want to see.
The league.
Yeah. No, that's old-timer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You see me?
Well, no, I'm an old timer.
That's my really good timer. Really good timer.
Oh. You having fun?
Having fun?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Beautiful, super, fine.
Well, I'd welcome you to Canada, but I'm from the United States.
Yeah. Yeah, but
And who are these? Who is this?
A eu čuva mauzele.
Got the whole team here.
I don't know what is this. Look, you.
Okay, now pay close attention to the dialogue, and I'll try to translate for you. The girl that you saw that went, whoa, okay, her boyfriend is obviously some type of musician, unbeknownst to me. Now, the reason he said about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is we had just come from Ohio, from Cleveland, and we did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they gave us jackets, and so I'm wearing a jacket that I loved, a black suede jacket with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame emblem on it. So now that's why they're all freaking out. So, all right, so I'll come back to this. This is just, I love this thing. Hold on.
Play what?
Rock and roll. I play drums.
Drums. You know what is this?
What is this? An accordion.
Polka party. You know what is
No
instrument?
idea.
Harmonica.
Harmonica, yes.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
This is the best player in harmonica.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he gonna play?
Yeah. Now.
Let's have a party.
Just
Okay, now guys, this is 8 o'clock in the morning. These in a hotel lobby, like a Shishi Holy Christmas hotel. I could look up which one it was, but you can see it's not Howard Johnson's. So this is 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's just Stevie causing trouble.
Just for you, one.
I'll be honored.
Yes. Rado put your szczęcie. Radość kluczkę się.
Whoa!
Yeah. You go to the museum. Hey, we have party in this instrument.
We have party in this instrument. We have big party in this instrument. Okay.
Now he said that was a harmonica.
Yeah, yeah. But he asked me if I knew what it was. I said accordion. And he said no, harmonica.
Harmonica.
Okay. All right, that's okay. Hey, you want to hear my Slovenian? I don't even know if that's the language.
No,
all right,
they
here
were
we go.
very friendly and nice.
They were awesome. Well, listen, you're drinking beer at 8 o'clock in the morning in Canada.
Yeah.
Here you go.
See the guy holding up the beer?
Yeah. You go to the museum. Hey, we have party in this instrument.
You got a party in that instrument?
Yeah. Polka party. Polka tour.
By the way, that would be me whistling for the patrons to shut the fuck up, so we could have a party in this instrument.
Quiet down.
Polka tour.
Quiet down. And as the sun sinks slowly in the Canadian icebergs, we bid you adieu. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Wow.
Wow. Now imagine if you were sleeping in that hotel.
Imagine if you were sleeping on the bus with Lisa.
I'd rather be in that hotel sleeping.
Yeah, but they, like
They
I
were
said, we got
happy.
Oh shit! Yeah, they were leaving. They were just getting up. We were wanting to go to sleep.
Kitty said, "Come on, everyone, get off the lawn chairs and dance."
Shit, man! I tell you what,
That was great, right, Frank? Frank thought that was great.
there's a couple of ways.
He was one more time. He said,
The guy kept playing. I was like running out of batteries.
Oh
the guy
my gosh.
He did a whole kind.
There was a party in that instrument.
Oh, we have big party in this instrument.
And they did.
They really did, boy. That guy. I mean, and his girlfriend. You see, it's always the girl. The girl that went, whoa, and then she turned to the guy.
Well, she needs him to show
Go get
off.
your harmonica.
Sue says a party for sure. That's right.
Holy Christmas.
He was very good.
He was
He
very
could have been
good.
on Lawrence Welk. Myra and Florin, watch out.
No. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
He was, yeah. Well, I think he's more valuable to the hockey team. But it
Kitty-
was,
Kitty said Frank was the first one to get up out of his chair.
I just have some fun, man, if you're going to be there. Because you can do one of two things in a situation like that. You can stay on the bus and bitch, how come they got here so early?
Or you
you
can
can
go
bitch that you got there early because your rooms weren't
You
ready.
go find a hockey team.
Or you can go find a hockey team and make a little
with
documentary.
a party in that instrument. And they were the old timers league.
Oh, they were funny, man. They were great. That one guy, he was in it. There was.
They were all clapping. They were
Yeah,
all
they
in
were
it.
in it. They were way in it.
I
So,
think they were checking out.
They were checking out.
Yeah, they weren't checking in.
No, they were counting all their hockey sticks and all that. They were, no, they were leaving.
They were leaving.
And, I mean, there had to be 50, 100 people in that lobby. It was a huge, I've never, well, I have, but not with that many people in it. Tokyo, the lobby, I remember the lobby in the, what the hell was that hotel? It was like massive and all marble. So if you dropped a pin, it was like, sounded like whatever his
Well,
name
Sue
is.
says you got to look for the fun.
Oh, you gotta look for you don't have to look far, and you don't have to look hard.
Okay, well, you know what?
It's right in here.
You got 15 minutes left. and
Okay,
you
so what's
got
next there, kiddo?
Ox on Drummers.
Oh, this is an interesting, yeah, I found this.
Okay.
This is interesting. We didn't use this in the film either, but a lot of people have asked me different drummer questions about, the guys that John played with, and here's some answers for you.
With Moon, he played with everybody in the band. Sometimes he'd be playing with me, then the guitar solo come along and he'd play drums with the guitar. Boring bits in between. He'd play with the singer. You could always tell what song he was playing from what song was playing was from the drum part. With Keith, you kind of had a multi-choice because he was hitting so many drums at the same time. You had a lot of freedom. You could play whatever you wanted, as long as when he played a break, as long as you came back in the same time. Sometimes you didn't, but it's kind of pot luck. I played with a lot of other.
Let me just stop by saying that I left the director alone, the cameraman alone in the room, because one of the things that he wanted to ask was about the different drummers. So I wasn't here for this, and, I just don't want you to think he's talking to me, because he wasn't.
Drummers on solo albums and stuff like that, but when we were playing Who's Stuff with Kenny Jones, it was a lot different, much more tidy, sort of straight drummer. Simon Phillips was a technician, so but he does tend to play this very complicated breaks. And then Zach is a little bit freer. There's a cross between Simon Phillips and Kenny in a way. He's a very tight, you know, sort of dominant sort of beat drummer. He'll look at you when he plays the break, expecting you to play exactly the same thing. I've kind of sort of passed the message back for him to watch me a lot more often, because I'm not going to play the same fucking thing over and over again. It's a lot more exhausting to play with Steve than it is any of the other drummers, because, you know, you expect you to like act like a flipping athlete, and, you know, play better the next day than you did the day before. I get a lot more freedom with him, but he tends to follow me a lot more, which is a lot easier for me, because I can more or less play what I like. We do an exchange solo in Shaking All Over, where he plays as fast as he can. And I play something even faster. Then he'll play something even faster. The original idea with me writing was I was going to write, my manager, Kit Lambert, suggested that I write horror songs for children, because kids love things about bogeymen and stuff like that.
Well, anyway, this is going to cut, so there we go.
All right.
Yeah, so that another piece of footage that didn't make the, and it's, you know, not that it wasn't worthy of the film, but there was no, you really, it's amazing when you work with a team on a film like that. I mean, I never even met the guy who edited the film, Darren. I certainly spoke to him on the phone quite a few times. We didn't even have video conferencing then. So, but you know, I was happy with the way it came out, and we had great people in it, and it was.
Well, Frank says that's some serious shit there.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna shit, you might as well be serious about it.
That's right.
Well, you know, all kidding aside, you know, you can't do that on your own. It's kind of like other contact sports in life. If you don't have somebody pushing on you, and he said it, you know, that we used to do that exchange solo, and it was like a dogfight. I was, you know, and Pete, well, it's another story for another time.
Okay, so now.
It was wicked, though. I mean, I tell you what, we got out there. We used to get, and we didn't care where we were. We could be in front of 40 people or 40,000. And it was just him looking at me and me looking at him, and you know.
Frank was getting the chills, and Kitty said, "Faster, faster, go, go, go!" It was great.
We were nuts. I mean, and it was just that. It was just.
It was a party in that instrument.
Yeah, we had a party in that instrument. Different kind of party, and we used to love that. That if just the pure, when I watch it, you know, I feel my tendons and my muscles twitch, like, because I know what I'm supposed to be doing and feeling, and it's. It
was a party in that
instrument. It was
instrument.
Great. It was fun.
I bet Frank goes back and watches that
go
party
back
in that
instrument.
instrument
Watch the party in the instrument. It's good. Those guys were funny.
They were great.
Yeah, they were great.
As soon as they saw that cameraman.
It wasn't when they saw the camera. And when
the
I
Rock
started,
and Roll Hall of
they
Fame.
saw the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I loosed. Whatever happened to that jacket? like fell apart.
Oh, I don't know.
I wore it to death, the black suede one.
I know which one you're talking about. It's probably in one of the guest rooms with the rest of the coats that we haven't been able to wear in the 18 years we've been down here.
I have to, well, let's break it out.
We don't wear coats here.
No, we don't. I haven't had a coat on. Anyway.
Okay, but there was a party in that harmonica.
There was a freaking party. This is the best player of harmonica.
So, this.
I mean, can you imagine that freaking bus? You saw our bus. Can you imagine their bus?
Oh my goodness!
It's got to be one of those, those tour buses. Not like our tour bus with the amenities, but I mean like, all right, now let's all go to Southampton. The Hampton Jitney or whatever. And I can imagine they put that guy and his girlfriend in the back it's where they have the party in the instrument. Mm-hmm. And I can't even imagine because. Do you think everybody likes that at 10 o'clock in the morning? I'm not sure.
8 o'clock.
Well, it was 8 o'clock in the lobby, but I don't think they usually do it then. I think they wait till they
and
get on the bus.
And nobody,
Drinking.
No manager came over to try to kick you out or anything.
No, they wouldn't dare. Are you kidding me? Well, Danny was over at the concierge telling him who we were and what was going on. We got the bass player from the Who sleeping outside in a bus. Yeah.
And meanwhile, the hockey team's having a party.
And the frickin' drummer is now having an episode of Jackass.
They were great.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, so now we have a Bogeyman.
Oh, yeah. I thought I'd play this. I found the actual final version of this with all the edits. No green screens or any of that crap. And, because we're getting ready to release Oxzoomed.
Yes, within a matter of weeks.
Yeah, it's coming soon. Like, I'm well, anyway.
John Entwistle, Rarities Oxzoomed.
Rarities Oxzoomed. I can't wait for you to see the album cover.
Yeah.
I'm
kidding, you will get all of it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how many things you find on this cover. And you're going to need to do some looking. But I did,
it's kind of like Where's Waldo?
It is like Where's Waldo. But it's what, is that? And I designed, I did the concept with Chris Entwistle, John's son. And he's actually the one, I'm sure you remember, that named it Oxzoomed. So, it's not like, Steve, do you think that's disrespectful? No.
John would have loved it.
John would have. He would have.
And
all the stuff
laughing.
that's there, and when it comes out, we'll have a talk about it. I'll have maybe some people from the label on. I'm very excited that this music is going to get, see some new life, and it's fun. It's a whole good thing. So anyway, I'll see you after this one. But this is the Bogeyman. So this is John as the young man being subjected to having to play with worse and worse basses. Mm-hmm. I play the part of the Bogeyman, hopping through John's. I mean, we set up lights out in the driveway. This is smoke to the. You'll see if you haven't seen it already. And then there's the horn sequence where all four of us are playing horns. I get the littlest horn
But y'all aren't really all playing them. John played them all. For the record, John
but it was fun.
Really played them all.
I just had this idea that the lyrics went along because I produced the video shoot, and directed I did the storyboarding for it, and the idea was each time the Bogeyman pops up like that, it changes John's bass into a shittier bass.
And he had so many of them, they could just keep getting.
We just kept changing them, and they didn't do all the changes at the right time because the last line of the song is, "And I sit up all night with a baseball bat. That Bogeyman ain't gonna get me, Bogeyman." And that's when he's playing bass on the baseball bat, and then the Bogeyman lets him have his buzzard back.
Boom.
So,
okay, so let's see it.
All from the demented mind of yours truly. As John would say, the lunatic is running the asylum.
That's right.
And I am. Wait for it. Snare drum, please. they'll get you. And I'll tell you, I'm sure that you know the story, or maybe you don't know the story, but that was Keith Moon playing drums on that track.
Right.
And because we were looking for more songs for that record, and we couldn't find them, and we had to meet the criteria of the show. Those were the characters from the television show.
Children's show.
It was a
Vampires.
children's show, so you have to be careful what you say and do and so on. And John was looking for the tapes and couldn't find them, and all of a sudden he
said,
up
on the third floor.
He's up on the third floor in the tape room, and the tape. He's leaving the room, and the tape goes bang, one of the 2-inch, the big boxes. And he looks at it, and he couldn't see that it was the tape he was looking for because it was written on the face of the box and not on the spine. And when he looked at it, he realized, oh, Bogeyman, and Back on the Road, I think we're both on there. And he said, we could finish these. And I said, do you know...
Wait. You're not even going to address the fact that that one tape that he was looking for just fell off the shelf?
Okay, yeah, it fell. Well, because he would say he didn't realize that it was Keith Moon that played on the thing. So when we got there and he played it, because he discovered it when I was in New York. And when I got back there, he played it for me, and I said, because he was wanting me to redo the drums on that, and wanting me to redo the drums on Back on the Road. Well, Kenny Jones played drums on Back on the Road, and so I overdubbed my drums on top of his, and then we used the old vocal and John's piano part, and we assembled the rest of the song. But when he put on Bogeyman, I would have had no problem, but I said, are you sure you want to record over that drum part? And he said, why? And I said, isn't that Keith Moon? And he goes, wow. And then he tells me the story about the tape falling over, and he goes,
and there were lots of tapes in there. And he couldn't find it.
Couldn't find it.
And all of a sudden,
and old Mooney knocked it over for him. So, so what?
That's our show for today.
That is our show.
Yeah, that flew by.
That really flew by. You guys were so much fun. Thanks for coming over.
Okay, well, tomorrow night, remember.
All right, the rerun.
Thursday.
Going back, Throwback Thursday to the Jackie the Joke Man Martling show, so...
Get ready to laugh.
Get ready to laugh.
Right.
And we'll see you here. And if we don't see you in the future...
Nope. If we don't see you in the pasture...
we don't see you in the future, we'll see you in the pasture. And this would be the pasture. We don't see you in the future. We'll see you in
Everybody
the
liked the show tonight.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, yes.
Yay!
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Take care. Yes, I know.